Welcome back to another episode of Math Talks, and today we're going to be covering the 2024 AMC problems 11 through 15. Starting off with problem 11. The coordinates of triangle ABC are A at 5, 7, B at 11, 7, and C at 3y, with y being greater than 7. The area of triangle ABC is 12. What is the value of y? So to start off, we have to know the formula for the area of a triangle, which is base times height divided by 2. The problem also gives us that this is equal to 12, so we can go ahead and set that there. Our next step is to now define the two values, which is our base and our height. Our base is pretty easy. Let's set that equal to the distance between A and B. Our height is going to be a little bit more trickier, but we can also draw in this imaginary height right here, which is perpendicular with our base. C to the base. Alright, so let's go ahead and find our base. If we look at the 2 points, we see that A and B have the same y value, which means that A and B form a parallel line to the x-axis. So all we have to do is look at the difference between the x values, 5 and 11. The positive difference between 5 and 11 is 6. So that means our base is equal to 6. Now that we have one of our variables, let's go ahead and plug that back into our original equation. 6h divided by 2 is equal to 12. Multiply both sides by 2. 6h is equal to 24. Divide by 6. H is equal to 4. But wait, we're not done yet. H is just the distance between our point C and this point right here. And since we already established that this line right here is a parallel line, that means this coordinate right here also has a y value that is equal to 7. And so if the difference between this coordinate and C is 4, that means this y coordinate has to be equal to 11. So our answer is D, 11. Problem 12. Rohan keeps a total of 90 guppies in 4 fish tanks. There is one more guppy in the second tank than the first tank. There are 2 more guppies in the third tank than the second tank. And there are 3 more guppies in the fourth tank than the third tank. How many guppies are in the fourth tank? So let's go ahead and set ourselves up a diagram. Rohan has 4 fish tanks, so let's label them A, B, C, and D. And in these 4 fish tanks, there's a total of 90 guppies. So A plus B plus C plus D is equal to 90. Looking at our points, point 1 says that there's one more guppy in the second tank than the first tank. Our second tank is B, so that means B is equal to A plus 1, since there's one more than A. The second point says that there are 2 more guppies in the third tank, which is C, than the second tank. If there's 2 more in C than B, that means in C there's going to be A plus 3. Instead of writing B plus 2, we want to go ahead and use our common term right here, so that way we can eliminate variables as we go. The less variables typically, the better to solve. Looking at our last point, there are 3 more guppies in the fourth tank, which is D, than C. If there's 3 more in D than C, that means D is going to be equal to A plus 6. So now that we all have a common term of A, we can go ahead and combine all of these and set these equal up to 90. So there's A plus 1 plus A plus 3 plus A plus 6, that's 4A, plus 10 is equal to 90. Subtract 10 from both sides, 4A is equal to 80. Divide by 4, A is equal to 20. But we're not done yet. How many guppies are in the fourth tank? So go ahead and plug in A back into D. D is equal to 26. So our answer is E. Problem 13. Buzz Bunny is hopping up and down a set of stairs, one step at a time. In how many ways can Buzz Bunny start on the ground, make a sequence of 6 hops, and end up back on the ground? And they give you an example. One sequence of hops would be up, up, down, down, up, down. So the problem gives us a bunch of important information. The first thing is that Buzz can only take one step at a time. The second thing would be that at most he can only do 6 hops. So let's say that each time Buzz hops up, we're going to use a lowercase u, and whenever he makes a hop down, we'll use the lowercase d. Since the max amount he can do is 6 hops, that means the number of times he hops up and the number of times he hops down should equal 6. So let's go ahead and write that. Your max would be 3 ups and 3 downs. 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. So that means all of our combinations have to be some numbers, 2 numbers that add up to 6. So another one would be 2 ups and 4 downs. Another one would be 1 up and 5 downs. And then all we have to do now is to do the opposites of those. So 4 ups and 2 downs, 5 ups and 1 down. You can go back through and confirm all these combinations, but if we count how many sequences we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our answer is B, 5. Problem 14. What is the distance of the shortest route from A to Z? So looking at this diagram, we have to find the shortest path to go from A to Z. Keep in mind, most of these diagrams are not drawn to scale. So paths that seem shorter may be double the amount. Now, the paths are labeled with the number of steps, so we can always trust the math most of the time. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight A and Z in red so we know where we're starting and where we're ending. Starting at point A, we have 2 options. We can either take the route to X, which is 5 steps, or go to M in 8 steps. X is obviously going to be our shortest path with 5 steps. From X, we have 2 options. We can either go to Y in 10 steps or go to M in 2 steps. 2 steps is going to be our shortest option, so we'll head to M. Now, starting from M, we have 3 options. We can either go directly from M to Z in 25 steps, go to Y in 6 steps, or go to C in 14 steps. Keeping in mind that looks can be deceiving and that these are not drawn to scale, let's go ahead and consider how many steps each path would take, just in case. So obviously to go from M to Z, that's 25 steps. If we take the path to Y, from M to Y, it'll be 6 steps, and from there we take Y to C, which is 5 steps, and then from C to Z, which is 10 steps. Going from M to C, we'll take 14 steps, and then another 10 steps to get to Z. 6 plus 5 plus 10 is 21. 14 plus 10 is equal to 24. So looking at our 3 options, it would seem that the shortest path is to go from M to Y in only 21 steps. So we'll go ahead and draw that path out. Alright, now that we've determined the shortest route, the problem asks us what's the distance. So all we have to do is add up all of our numbers and find our answer. 5, 2, 6, 5, and 10. 5 plus 2 plus 6 plus 5 plus 10. Adding up all these numbers, we get that our answer is 28. Our answer is A. Problem 15. Let the letters F, L, Y, B, U, G represent distinct digits. Suppose FLY is the greatest number that satisfies the equation. 8 times FLY equals BUG. What is the value of FLY plus BUG? So an important thing to note from the question is that all 6 characters have to be distinct digits. And FLY is the greatest number that satisfies the equation. So how would we go about solving this? Well, first of all, we see that 8 times, let's say this number is x, so that's easier for us to write. 8 times x is equal to y. But if you notice, once 8 is multiplied by x, y is still a 6-digit number. That means 8 times x cannot exceed the number 1 million since it has 7 digits. So if we solve for x, divide both sides by 8, using some quick mental math, 1000 divided by 8 is 125, add in the 3 zeros, x cannot be equal to 125,000. More accurately, x has to be less than 125,000. Looking back at our equation, x has to be the first 3 numbers cycled around, so it's FLY. Since it can't be 125, since that would exceed it by 125, our next number would be 124. Plugging that back into the equation, 8 times 124 yields 992. But wait, if we look back at the equation, they wanted distinct digits. And since there are 2 9s in this solution, it can't be 992, which means 124 does not work. So the next number down the sequence would be 123 to represent FLY. If we multiply 8 by this number, we get 984. This solution does work since there's 3 distinct digits and none of them repeat with 123. So now we have FLY is equal to 123 and BUG is equal to 984. The problem wants us to find the sum of these two numbers, so when we add 123 and 984, we get that our answer is 1107, 1107. So our answer is C, 1107.